In this video, we're going to write a C++ program to count the number of vowels in a string. So the vowels are the letters A, E, I, O, and U, and both uppercase and lowercase versions of these letters are considered vowels. So let's say we have a string in C++. We'll have here string text is equal to educational video. This string has 9 vowels. We have E, U, A, I and O, A, I, and E and O. What we want to do is count the total number of vowels in this string. So each character in this string is available at an index. So for example, the first character, uppercase E, is at the index 0. Then lowercase d is at the index 1, and so on for the rest of the characters in this string. What we could do is loop over each character in this string, and if that character is a vowel, then we'll increment a count of vowels. So first, we'll declare a variable to store the vowel count. We'll call it vowel count, and we'll make it type int. We'll initially set it to 0 because initially we haven't counted any vowels. Next, we'll make a for loop with a counter variable I, and we'll initialize I to 0. We're going to have I go up until, but not including, text.length. So the length method of the string is going to return the number of characters in the string. So we're going to have I go up to, but not including, that number, because the last index in the string is going to be 1 less than that number because the indexes begin from 0. We'll also increment I by 1 with each loop iteration. So this loop here is going to have the counter variable I go from 0 up until the last index in the string. And in the loop body, we want to check if the character at that index, I, is a vowel or not. So we could see each character if we output here cout, and then let's say text, and then we'll output the index I, and then we'll output close bracket is equal to, and then we'll output the character at the index I, followed by an end line. Then if we save, compile, and run this, we can see each character in the string here. What we need to do is check each character to see if it's a vowel or not. Now, one problem we have is that vowels could be uppercase or they could be lowercase. So we need to account for this. What we'll do is include a library called cctype. This library includes a function called toLower. The toLower function will take a character in as an argument, and if that character is an uppercase letter, it's going to return the lowercase version of that letter. So here we'll have car C is equal to, and we'll call toLower, and we'll pass it the character in the string at the index I as an argument. So if the character passed to the function is a uppercase letter, the function is going to return the lowercase version of that letter, and we'll store that into C. Now, if the function is passed a character which is not an uppercase letter, the function is just going to return that character, and we'll store that into C. So now that we know the character stored in C is a lowercase letter, if the character is a letter, we don't need to check for 10 possible vowel characters, both uppercase and lowercase. We can just check for the 5 possible lowercase vowel characters, and we'll do that. We'll check to see if C is equal to lowercase a, or C is equal to lowercase e, or C is equal to lowercase I, or C is equal to lowercase o, and finally, or C is equal to lowercase u. And if C is equal to one of these characters, we're going to increment vowel count by 1 because we've just found a new vowel. So by the end of this loop, we'll have counted all the vowels in the string. We could then output the vowel count. So down here, we'll have cout, and we'll have total vowels, colon, and then we'll output the vowel count followed by an inline. And if we save, compile, and run the program, we'll get here total vowels 9, which is correct. Now, one thing we could do is put this logic in a function, so we could call the function again and again. Up here, we'll declare a function. We'll have here int count vowels. So the function is called count vowels, and the function is going to return an int value, the count of vowels in a string. The function is passed as an argument. So here we'll have the parameter for that argument. We'll have string text as the parameter name. Then down here, we'll copy this and paste it. And because the parameter name is text, we'll cut and paste the logic from main into the function. So we'll take this here and cut it, and then down here, we'll paste it into the function. All we're really going to do is just return the vowel count. So here, we'll just have return vowel count to return the vowel count from the function. Then up here, we could call the function. So we'll have, let's say, int vowel count is equal to, and we'll call count vowels, and we'll pass it the string text. Then, if we save, compile, and run the program, we'll again get a total vowel count of 9, which is correct, but this time we're using a function to count the vowels. Now, there are many other ways we could solve this problem. So for example, the algorithm library in C++ includes a function called countif, and the countif function will count the number of characters in a string for which some function returns true. So for example, let's include the algorithm library. Up here we'll have $ include, and then algorithm. Then down here, we're going to rewrite our function. We'll actually just have return, and then countif. So we're going to return the return value of calling countif. So the countif function accepts what's called a range as an argument, and the function is going to return the number of elements for which a function returns true when those elements are passed to the function. So for example, we'll have here text.begin and text.end. These methods are going to return what are called iterators. And these iterators point to characters for the string text. So the begin iterator is going to point to the first character in the string text. Text.end is going to point to the character one beyond the last character in the string text, which is sort of a hypothetical character. Together, those define the range of characters for which the function is going to be called. So the function we're going to supply as a third argument to countif is going to be called for each character in this range from the character pointed to by this iterator up until, but not including, the character pointed to by this iterator, which is going to be all the characters in the string. We'll now define that function. So up here, let's have bool is vowel and char character to declare the function. Where the function is called isVowel, the function is going to return true or false whether or not this character it's passed as an argument is a vowel or not. We'll copy this, and then down here, we'll define the function. For the same reason as our last solution, we'll apply the toLower function to this character. So we'll have char_c is equal to toLower, and we'll pass it character as an argument. And then we're going to return true or false whether this character is a lowercase vowel or not. So we'll have here return c is equal to lowercase a, or c is equal to lowercase e, or c is equal to lowercase I, or c is equal to lowercase o, and finally, or c is equal to lowercase u. Then we'll pass isVowel as the third argument to the countif function. So we'll have here isVowel. And this function is going to be called for each character in the string. And COUNTIF is going to return the total number of characters in the string for which the function returned true. If we save, compile, and run the program, we'll get here total vowels is 9. But now we've solved the problem using a different approach. So this is how we can count the number of vowels in a string using C++. Check out portfoliocourses.com, where we'll help you build a portfolio that will impress employers.